7:30 press releases. Carvana price target. DCFC plunging because of insolvency. We Buy annual report. Insurance referral program. WBUY. Reacts. Nothing there. Well, not a whole lot there. We Buy, WBUY, was the only one that really had any news that wasn't like blatant fluff news. They launched a travel business in Indonesia, and they expand their insurance referral program. I mean, really, it's kind of fluff news, but that's all we got this morning, and we're not getting a whole lot. Good morning. Good morning, T-Bird. Good to have you with us. All fluffy. Yes, it is. Just nothing but fluff news. We need something specific. We need something solid. We need a really good press release. And as we know, Fridays are just not great days for that. Typically. Now, once in a while, because of SEC rules or FINRA rules, reporting rules, they have to put out a press release by a certain date. And sometimes that can be a Friday. So every once in a while, we'll get a really nice press release on a Friday. But typically speaking, the vast majority of the time, we don't get anything huge on Fridays. So scalped ZCMD 3 times for a few pennies. Good deal. We scalped it here as well. Yeah, Scott, there's no great news here on Fridays. Fridays are typically not that great. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursdays are okay, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday seems like those are the premier days for getting something dropped really, really great. Good morning, Sheila on YouTube. Thank you very much for being over there and watching out for us over there. Appreciate it very much. Is Holo going up? HOLO. Good morning, Kim. Well, let's go back to the volume board here, the volume leaderboard. EGOX at 15 million shares. Really not doing anything. TPET had a nice move a little earlier this morning, but coming down. ZCMD popping again. We took a little ride on that one this morning and made some money. Made 240 on TIRX yesterday. Very good. That's a good trade, Shelley. That's awesome. ZCMD back up to 290. Let's see if we can get a break of this 291 here. I think if we break 291, let me say 292. If we can break this 292, I think we see a nice little run again. Good morning, those dudes. Good morning to everybody. Glad to have you with us. Let me flip that screen around so our Wolfpack Den sign is good morning. Good morning, good morning. Always love seeing you here. Yummy, yummy. EGOX, TPET, ZCMD, RWOD starting to push back up. Or it was anyway. TPET, yeah, we were talking about TPET. I don't know if anybody in our group snagged that, but we were certainly talking about that when it took off to 45 cents. We were talking about it. I don't know if anybody in the group grabbed it though. Nice shirt. Thank you very much. Made $1.75 trading 600 shares of Tesla yesterday. $1.75 total or $1.75 per share, Bob? Moto ZCMD from 267 to 289. That's a nice solid trade. Little day trade there. Nothing wrong with that one. TPET pushing back up again. Picked up some TPET at 42.8. All right, still waiting. Not getting a whole lot here. Really didn't get anything at the 7:30 news dump. RWOD hit $30 earlier. Well, let's hope it can do that again. What time was it when it hit that, Robert? I didn't start watching things until, I didn't start watching things till about 6 o'clock this morning. Jason says he's going to short Tesla today. $5.30. Gotcha. 5:30 this morning. Well, can it go back up there again? That's the questions on everybody's minds. Can it go back up there? That pre-market, that early, we're talking about RWOD. RWOD. Apparently hit $30 this morning. Early this morning. It's back down to $12.81 right now. That's one of the advantages of being able to trade at 4 o'clock in the morning with a platform like Webull. If you have Webull, then you can trade at 4 a.m. in the morning. And I'll tell you what, there are a lot of stocks that do just that in that real early morning trading from about 4 to 6, there are stocks that go absolutely bananas. And if you can trade that early on those platforms, that is beautiful trading. ZCMD. There she goes. Can you sing? Well, yeah, I like to think so, Zara. I've got a few videos on a few music things on the YouTube channel. I used to be a singer, professional singer. We just smacked 302. And what price did I tell you on ZCMD that we were waiting on that break? And if it broke that we'd get a nice little run off of it. Anybody remember? Anybody remember? Who? 292. There you go. DeMarcos. Was paying attention. 292. Johnny Doe, we are calling out pre-market runners in the stock market for everyone who's doing online trading. Breaking over that 292 spot, pushed it up to 305. Not a massive run, but certainly a nice little day trade, a nice little scalp off of there. We did the same thing earlier this morning. I said if it broke 275, that we'd get a nice little run out of it. And as soon as it broke 275, up she went. Pulled back. And then we reset our target at 292. And up she went. So nice little scalps. Nice little scalps there. Glad you guys were paying attention to that. What's the most money you've invested in a company? New to the housewife world. Hi, good morning. Not Bitcoin. I don't do any Bitcoin. Some of our members do crypto, but I don't. Two hits on ZCMD. He got it from 270 to 287 and then back in at 287 to 297. So he's scalping off some good cash off of that thing. 10 cents here, 10 cents there, 10 cents here. Pretty soon you're up 30, 40, 50 cents per share on that stock. So that's awesome. That's what day trading is all about. Scalping off those 10, 15 cent little runs and doing it several times. Make some pretty decent money on them. Good morning, Silver Fox. What's the most money I've invested in a company? Well, I don't do any long-term investments. I just mainly do day trading or swing trading. Probably the most I've ever put in one particular stock at one time in one position Probably around 50,000. That's probably the highest I ever dumped into one. 50K. And that was just a quick day trade type trade. That wasn't a long-term. And to be quite honest, in the world of stock trading, that's nothing. There are people putting in way more money than that in the stock market. I know it sounds like a lot, and it is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, that is a lot of money. But in the world of stock trading, that's really not a lot. Amongst retail traders like us, yeah, that's a good chunk. That's a damn good sized chunk, but I don't trade like that anymore. I was trading like that on my path to retirement, and I was being very aggressive, and I got there. I got to the point where I could retire. So I don't trade like that anymore. Most I put into anything now is maybe $2,000 or maybe $3K maybe at the most. That's sometimes I'll take a double dip on something where I'll put $3K into it, and as it's running up on really great news, I'll dump another $3K into it. So I might do 6 on a particular stock, but that's max. I'm very conservative now with my investments. ZCMD 270 to 295 on 2K shares, 289 to 302 on 2K shares. Caught it off the website. Nice. Nice. ZCMD back to 302. Let's see if this thing can break again. Another piece of news here. General market news, Palantir, general market news, nothing. So Fridays are typically pretty slow for news. If you haven't figured that out yet, you will. Fridays are not really that great for press releases. And press releases are kind of our bread and butter. That's where we shine. That's where we do really, really well. New Zealand. Kathleen, welcome. Honored to have you here with us, Kathleen, from New Zealand. What time is it in New Zealand? I know that's kind of a dumb question, but I'm always excited to have people from other parts of the world joining us on our live stream. 11:48 p.m. Wow. 11:48 p.m. in New Zealand. It's like looking into the future. That is awesome. Well, thank you very much for stopping in and saying hi. Really appreciate it. And also appreciate everybody hitting the follow button on TikTok. We really appreciate that. And same way on YouTube, hitting that subscribe button, subscribing to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate that, man. We finally got it up over 1,000 subscribers. We had over 3,000 viewers on YouTube yesterday. And that was a record for us, by the way. I know it's not that many when you consider how many millions and millions and millions of people are on YouTube at any one given second. Hundreds of millions probably. 3,000 is not very many, but it's cool for me. Cranked up on Strawberry Monster this morning. Yeah, I thought 3,000 was pretty cool. I think it was 3,200, something like that. You know, some of these channels on YouTube have, millions of followers, and they have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views on their live streams. And that's really amazing. Class action lawsuit on ASTS, so nothing there. Still watching the news for you. I've got my scanner sorted by news, so if anything pops up, I'll see it right away. So I'm not really watching anything else, just the news. But so yeah, 3,000's really, 3,000's really not that many, but for me personally, that's amazing. That's just really cool. To think that 3,000 people would tune in to watch a knucklehead like me, that's pretty cool. That's exciting. And I appreciate it too. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And I am so excited about taking this show on the road. You have no idea. I cannot wait. Got an RV purchased yesterday, went over and paid for it. And so I got the RV paid for, and now it's just a matter of waiting on them. They're doing some work on it for me, some interior work that I requested to be done, reupholstering some furniture, and getting her all cleaned up for me. It'll be probably a week or two before I actually take possession of it. But once I do, I'm going to get all my systems set up, my portable broadcast system set up inside the RV so that I can hit the road and do some live streaming from the road. And who knows, I might be in your neck of the woods. ZCMD now pushing 305. There goes the break. Just smack 313. Who is still making money on ZCMD? Good morning, Terry. We are going wherever the wind blows, my friend. Yes, considering Tennessee, absolutely love Tennessee. I spent a lot of time in Nashville when I was recording, and not a huge fan of Nashville. It's not the Nashville of years gone by. It's not like it used to be, but we just hit 313. Jeff, Class A, or I bought a Class C. This is my very first RV. So I am a newbie. And I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to like the RV lifestyle. And so before I took that big step of buying a big Class A, I wanted to make sure that I was cut out for the RV lifestyle and doing a lot of traveling. I think I am, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to have this one for probably a couple of years just to get the feel of the lifestyle, see if I like it, see how much room I feel like I don't have inside there. I don't know. But if I decide that it's really my thing, I may go upgrade and get a Class A, and just for the space of it. But I like the Class C. I think it's pretty nice. Everell, good morning. Good to see you on here. Thank you for chiming in. But yes, I will be all over the place. I plan to travel out west. Lot in Florida to start with. That's just full disclosure there. The first few trips are going to be in Florida. Down the coast, down to the Keys, up the other coast, in the middle of the state. I'll zigzag around, but I want to take short trips here in Florida until I get the hang of it, until I feel comfortable with RVing and, you know, doing everything you have to do to be an RV owner. Once I feel comfortable and I feel like I know the area, I know the RV really well, and I feel comfortable with it and driving it, then it's heading out of the state and I'll visit all kinds of things. Did you know you'd have such a big following if you were in Jeremy? Yeah, I play golf. I'm not good at it. And most like serious golfers, the weekend serious golfers hate playing with me because I'm not that good. And I laugh a lot at my own mistakes. And it aggravates the shit out of people who are serious. I've played with some buddies of mine, and they take it very serious, like they're practicing for the PBA or something, or PBA. Good God. All right. Practicing for the Professional Bowlers Association. Wow. Anyway, I played with some friends who take their golfing very serious, like they're professionals, even though they're not. And they take it very serious. And I don't. So I'm out there just to hit the ball around and just drink a beer or two and just relax and have fun and laugh and have a good time with whoever I'm with. And most of the serious golfers hate me playing with them, because if I duff one or just I've swung at the ball off the tee and missed the ball. Okay? Now, a lot of serious golfers, they get disgusted by that and they get aggravated by it because they have to wait. I spend 5 minutes laughing that I did that. And it's people don't like that. So anyway, yeah, I figure the more swings I get, I get more for my money, right? But anyway, so yeah, I love to golf, but I have to be playing with somebody that's not taking it too serious. But anyway, yeah, I'll be out and about, and if I'm in your area, God, yeah, give me a shout out, and I'll let everybody know where I'm at and where we're broadcasting from. And if I'm in your area, man, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to say, hey, man, you're only 10 miles from my place, or you're only 15 miles from me, and we'll meet up and hang out and talk shop and have a few laughs, and I'd be great. I would absolutely love to meet every single one of you. Let's see. BDRX results for the year. Wish, nothing. Earn, nothing. CDIO, nothing. Reading off press releases here for you. SOND, class action lawsuit. Nothing there. ASST. Entities announced second episode of The Lounge podcast with music industry legend Jeff Blue. 8 o'clock. That was all of the 8 o'clock press releases, and we got nothing. Billy, awesome. Yes, Jeff Gainey World Tour. Oh, shoot. Well, we got nothing at 8 o'clock, unfortunately. Make sure you add a rear sway bar to the RV, which will make it stable in the wind. It cost about $1,200. Oh, cool. Thank you for that piece of advice. Park for free at Terry's house in Ohio. Well, that would be awesome. Green Monster. Gotta have my Green Monster. Now, I've tried the sugar-free green. Didn't care for that one. Yes, absolutely. Midwest, I will be all over the place. I will be, and the only place I don't have a desire to go, and I know you guys are all going to throw a fit, but the only place I really don't have a desire to go is New York. I know everybody wants to go to New York, but I just have no desire to go into New York. Or Chicago. I've been in Chicago, and I have no desire to go to Chicago or New York. And I know there's probably some folks here from New York that's not happy about that. SBFM. It's on our micro float list. It says Nora Farmer receives Health Canada approval for a product. Now it's coming back down. SBFM. SBFM. That news came out on, I'm assuming, Bazinga, because I don't have it on E-Trade. But take a look. Take a look and see what you think. SBFM, it popped up. It came back down. It's back down to 293 now. So I'm not telling you to jump into it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to jump into it. I'm just telling you go look at it. They just came off a recent reverse split on April 17th. Now, this was just a couple of days ago. They went through a reverse split. So, low float. It's on the micro float list. We don't know what it's going to do today, but I want you to at least be aware of it. That's all I'm saying. Just be aware of this stock, SBFM. Don't blindly jump into it. That's not what I'm telling you to do. Just be aware of it. All right. Your friend and I sat. Jack, love you too, my friend. $6.20. $3.05. SBFM. RWOD. Remember we talked about that one this morning. Look at where it's at now. That's the one that we talked about, went up to $30 earlier this morning. It was at $12 when we were talking about it earlier. It's now at $16.06. Make random shorts and videos. Awesome. And Kim, yes, definitely. Keep in touch. Just make sure I know where you're at. Oh, Marcus, unfortunately, you got to come up with new material, my friend. That one is getting old. But yes, I will be out and about and around Indonesia. Good. Wow, we got somebody from Indonesia with us this morning. SBFM. Could this pop? Could this pop? Let's hope. You were supposed to send me a Facebook friend request. Merry Christmas. I'm from USA. I am from USA too. I'm in sunny Florida. Scotland. Got somebody from Scotland in here with us now. This is awesome. You love Indonesia? I've never been to Indonesia. Virginia. Yes, I would love to get out. I would love to get out on the East Coast, just not New York City. I just have no desire to go into New York City or any of its surrounding areas. AULT pushing up beautifully. Look at that climb on AULT. Holy cow. Nice little pop there. ZCMD coming down. EGOX coming down. TPET down. Alt looking really strong here. AULT. Alt climbing like a monster. Look at that climb. How nice is that? Are you going to tow a car? I don't know, Tracy. Where are you from? I'm from Florida. I'm living in Florida, Central Florida. Look at alt. Wow, you guys must be hitting the ask price. You're slapping the ask on alt. You must be. That thing is going crazy. We just smacked 37.58. Holy cow. Don't know if I'm going to haul the car or not. I've got a very small car, so it would be very easy to haul it around. But I think right at first, when I first get out on my first 4 or 5 trips locally, I won't haul it because I want to get used to the RV first. And then I'll look into maybe hauling the car with me. It would be nice to have the car with me wherever I go. But first things first, I got to get used to the RV. And then we'll look into getting the car behind it. I'm in Facebook rehab. Well, how about Instagram? Are you in Instagram rehab as well? So I'll be out and about. Well, you'll have to find me on Instagram and add me over there on Instagram if you haven't already. I haven't looked at Instagram in a couple of days. SBFM. Trying to push up. Yeah, there won't be any drive-through windows for me in the RV, that's for sure. Glad to have everybody with us on YouTube. It's very exciting. New me, thank you. Yeah, Kim, find me on Instagram and pop over there. Be a great place to chat when I'm not on YouTube. Hard Rocks, yes. St. Pete, Clearwater. I'm in Zephyr Hills. I'm about, an hour with traffic and the lights and all that junk. I'm probably an hour from Clearwater. I go to St. Pete quite often, down to Pass-A-Grille Beach. That's one of my favorite beaches, Pass-A-Grille, just south of St. Pete there. Look at alt. Alt just smacked 39.88. Beautiful. All right. Well, TikTok, been fun. Thank you very much for joining us. It's Friday. There's not a lot of action in the market right now in pre-market. Fridays are typically pretty darn slow. Not a lot going on. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, much better for news. Important news, big news that causes stock prices to go up. Fridays are always kind of lackluster. There's not a lot going on. And there's nothing we can do about that. But hopefully we'll get at least one. We only need one. That's all it takes. Just one stock to put a smile on your face all day long. So we're going to hope for that one stock. And I'll be back on TikTok at 9:15 this morning. 9:15. So that's about an hour from now. We'll be back on TikTok again, and we'll catch the opening bell together. So until then, you guys have a beautiful morning in TikTok world. Get on there and scroll around, enjoy some videos, and watch some of these stock runners. There's a couple of them that might do something this morning, so don't lose your focus. Cut your losses small, and we will see you guys in about 1 hour from right now. All right. All right. Good evening. It is morning here. I don't know where you're at, that it would be evening, but it is 8:17 a.m. bright and early this morning. If you'd like to find me on Instagram, if you're an Instagram user, JG46550. That is my handle on Instagram. JG46550. You're more than welcome to hit the follow button over there. Send me a message. Say hi. Would love to have you. Or on Facebook, either one. Always welcome. New friends are always welcome. Always fun to get people to get encouraged and excited about trading stocks. DJT going north again? Yes, it is. Hello. Fan 235, good morning. It's 5 a.m. in California. You are in California. I used to live in California when I was very, very little. My folks moved out there when I was about 6 months old. And we lived out there for about 6 years. So I went to preschool and kindergarten we lived in a little suburb of LA called Norwalk. You're probably familiar with that name. But we lived in Norwalk for about 6 years when I was very little. Don't have a lot of memories about that. A few. But it's changed a lot since I lived there. It's changed a lot. It's changed a lot. I went back when I was about 18 years old. I went back and visited my old neighborhood, and it didn't look the same. The houses were gone. The vacant lots around the house were gone. And it looked totally different. Didn't really recognize anything. But silly me, I kind of thought it would look the same, but from what I remembered as a child, but it didn't. All right, SBFM coming down. New Smyrna. You can drive the... Oh, very cool. Alex, yeah, I definitely would do that. You guys, once I hit the road, man, you know, if I'm anywhere near where you're at, you shout it out. And if there's an RV park close to where you're at, I'm all over that. I have no problem. I'm retired. I mean, I got all the time in the world. So, you know, if I find me a nice little RV park someplace, I can park and hang out with you for the day and then move on. That would be awesome. I'd love to meet most of you. I'd love to chat with you. Scott, I definitely will be in Tennessee, so you'll have to keep me New Jersey. That would be fun, Len. That would be fun. Would you recommend using Robinhood app? Personally, this is just personal opinion. Personally, no, I wouldn't use Robinhood. That's just a personal opinion. It's just based on my own experience with Robinhood and stories that other people have talked to me about regarding Robinhood. So it's just based on personal opinion. It's not based on anything else. If I was starting out and needed a good app to trade on or a platform to trade on as a beginner, I would start with Webull. 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 Just like it sounds. Minnesota. Well, we're definitely going to get up into Minnesota for sure. I grew up in Wisconsin. Most of my teenage years were spent in Wisconsin, down in Racine, Wisconsin, and definitely going to go back up into that area. So Minnesota is hop, skip, and a jump from there. So definitely we'll be up in Minnesota. Christopher says Robinhood halted 24-hour trading today because of the war. Huh. Hadn't heard that. You're the first person I've heard mention that. King Lion, good morning. To start stock trading, if you have absolutely no experience doing it, I would start off with a very small amount. Whatever is small to you, whatever you consider a small amount, I'm talking like maybe $400 or $500. Like $500, and don't put any more, and don't put the whole 500 into one stock. Do little trades, small little trades, until you get the hang of it, till you get things kind of figured out. Practice, 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 practice. And you can do paper trading, what's called paper trading, where you actually trade, but you're using a simulator. It's not real money. It's like using play money. They put play money into your account and they allow you to trade with it so you can practice. So you're not using your own money. If you lose, you're not losing anything. And I would highly recommend doing paper trading for a while until you kind of get things figured out and you've practiced and you know the app inside and out, you know how to buy, you know how to sell quickly, you know how to look up stocks quickly, get all that learning process figured out, and then put some money into it, but very small amount, like $500, and just ease yourself into it. Don't try to jump head first into it, because I'm telling you, you're going to lose. You'll lose everything you put into it, and then you're going to be aggravated and upset, and you're going to give up. And you don't want to do that. SNT. Nothing there. Still no news yet this morning. Gino, what kind of RV? I got me a Class C, 29-foot Class C. Didn't want to go to the Class A because this is my first time owner, and I wasn't real sure if I'd like the whole lifestyle of RVing and, you know, all the work undoubtedly that there is when you have an RV. But if I decide that I really, really like it, and I find myself making some really long trips and really spending a lot of time in that RV, I may upgrade to a Class A. If I feel like I'm living in the thing, I'll probably go with a bigger size, go with a like Class A that's got a little bit more room in it. But for right now, it's going to be short trips, weekend trips, 1 week, maybe 2 weeks at a time. It won't be anything real long. So I got the Class C. My parents had a Class C years ago, and they loved it. Absolutely. They took theirs up into Alaska like 3 times. They absolutely loved it. I don't have solar on it right now, Lynn, but that might be something I'd think about. Is this the bottom on SBFM? Hard to tell. The 52-week low here is $3.10. And we just hit 249. Well, we touched 243. So we've got a new 52-week low. We'll see. Let's see if it bounces off of this like the other one did. We'll see if it bounces. Hello. Good morning to you. Well, we haven't gotten a lot. I've got 50 press releases so far this morning, and none of them, honestly, none of them have been anything good. Alt is the only one that has run decently off of a press release. It's the only one that spiked on the press release, maintained, and hasn't tanked completely. But everything else is just fluff news. Nothing's running. New Zealand. Karma Stacy. Welcome from New Zealand. That's awesome. Here's our 8:30 press releases. Let's see what we get. HUBC responds to Dominion's misleading lawsuit. Getting a little bit of a bounce on HUBC. Check that one out. Getting a little bounce there off of that press release. But be careful with that. It's not the kind of press release that's going to make a stock run. So be careful with it. CLIR, pricing of a $9.3 million public offering and a concurrent private placement. So I would suspect public offering at 91 cents. The price is at 88 cents. That's on CLIR. CAUD. Nothing there. LRHC. Nothing. Nothing. NRGV. Nothing. Luna. Nothing. Nothing. LFWD. Mine hasn't gone black yet, Terry. Mine hasn't gone black yet. All right, looks like Alt. I just talked about Alt being the only one that's pumped up on a press release, and it is trying. We need a break here of 38.5. And then we've got to break that 40. This has to break 40 to take off on a run. AGBA. AGBA $4 billion merger, elevating shareholder value to new heights immediately and for the long term. AGBA, AGBA. I don't know about that one, but take a look at it. Take a look at it. AGBA, AGBA. CRMD. Let's see if this news pops this thing up. It's a 23. It's a rehash of news from yesterday. But, and I say this is a big but, the market is slow. We have a new set of investors' eyeballs on this that may not have seen this news yesterday. And the market is slow. So everybody's looking for something. So it may get a little push. I don't know. CRMD, deafened cancer catheter lock solution is FDA approved to reduce incidence of catheter-related bloodstream infections in adult patients with kidney failure. 30 seconds old, that news is. No volume. No volume at all. DJT. DJ, Trump media shares. This is on DJT. CEO asks NASDAQ to help enforce short selling rules. So they know they're being shorted heavily, and they're asking NASDAQ to step in there and enforce the rules that are supposed to be in place. So, could that give the stock a little push? I don't know. Let's wait and see. Taylor, is Tesla stock a good... Oh, shoot. And there goes AGBA. Those 96s are paying off beautifully. $128, $130, $131, $132, AGBA, gave you this one at 94 cents, that merger news. Now, again, it's a rehash of news from yesterday. And there's no question about that. It's a rehash of news from yesterday. But retail traders are weird. And let's take an out here. 127, 128. There she goes. All right. Keep going. Started moving up before I could even get my ticket pulled up. 129. Oh, come on. 130. Come on, 128. Watching the bid very closely. All right. Not liking that, so that is my signal. Sell into the bid, which I know everybody hates. There we go. 125. $96 to $125. Not a bad little trade. All right, let's get back here. Well, it has been fun having everybody on YouTube join us this morning. Really appreciate it. Excuse me. AGBA back up to 130. This may have some gas left in the engine. I don't know. I dumped it at 125, but this could still have something in it. I don't know. We're going to have to keep a real close eye on it. Volume is not looking terrible. ZCMD. Let's go back to the volume leaderboard here. Good morning. Good morning. Looks like SBFM continues to make new lows here. It's creating new 52-week lows very steadily here. Our previous 52-week low on this stock was $3.10. It just touched 234. So this thing is tanking hard. ZCMD tanked hard. Not looking good for a few of these. These are really dropping. Kind of curious to see if AGBA has got something in the engine still. If it breaks 130, if it breaks the 131, if this breaks 131, this one is going to make a nice little pop. If it can break 131. Are you trading? Yes, I am, Solo. Calling out stock runners, press releases to our Wolfpack community. We've got our entire community watching. All chiming in, not here on YouTube, but on our website. We're live streaming right now on the website as well. And people are chiming in there on the Discord. We're all watching the market. We're all calling out stocks. We're all mentioning stocks that have press releases. That's kind of our primary bread and butter, is grabbing stocks that have a press release and grabbing those within seconds of the press release coming out so that we can jump in as the stock starts to move up on the press release. Greetings from UK. Signature. Great to have you here. Appreciate it very much. Hi again, Zara. Tammy, good morning. Good morning. Wow. SBFM just keeps hitting new bottoms and then bouncing, then creating a new bottom and then bouncing. This is a dangerous, dangerous stock to be playing around with right now. This could get really, really ugly when the market opens. It's already ugly. Solo, I want to start trading for a while now, but I have zero clue what to do. Well, if you want to have a discussion and a conversation about getting started and what you need to do and little helpful advice like that, I'd be more than happy to help you out. Just best way to communicate with me is to go to the website, and on the home page of the website at the bottom, there's an email address there, link, click on it and send me an email. Tell me who you are and that you talk to me on YouTube and you want to have a conversation about what to do and how to get started and all that good stuff. And I'll be more than happy to have a chat with you, help you out. Why is it ugly? Well, it's ugly because the stock closed at $3.32 yesterday, and this morning it's at $2.20. So it's dropped over $1. It's down 29%. Newman says, thanks, Jeff. Caught AGBA from 123 to 126, enough to go green for the day and the week. Awesome. Keep plugging away, man. Don't give up. Just keep plugging away. Small wins. Take those little base hits. Just take the small wins. Take your profits and just be happy that you got out green, and just keep doing it. Keep plugging away at it. Keep pushing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Those little wins are going to add up. And pretty soon, just the practice of taking those gains and locking in that profit on a consistent basis, you're going to start feeling like you're getting the knack for it, and you're going to start getting comfortable with it. Just keep doing it. And you're going to look back in a year or 2 years, you're going to look back and think about today and think, man, I've come a long way. Like this is an amazing ride, and this has been great. But you got to keep at it. Yes, I'll be looking for your message, Solo. Always willing to help out. Always willing to help somebody get going and get started. Always keep in mind, please, always keep in mind, I am not a licensed broker, and I am not a licensed financial advisor. So I cannot and will not give you stock advice or financial advice. I won't tell you what to get into, when to get into it, how much to pay to get into it, how much money to invest, when to get out. I can't tell you that stuff. Legally, I can't tell you those things. I'm not licensed to do that. So what we do here is point out the obvious. We point out which stocks are running, which stocks have news on them. And I read off the news and I give you my opinion on whether I think that news is good or bad. But it's up to each individual to make the final decision. Am I going into this stock? And if so, how much money am I putting into it? And then once you're in, it's up to each individual to decide, am I holding while it's going up? Am I going to sell? It's going down. Do I sell? Should I get out? That's up to you to decide that. You're trading, not me. I can't do the trading for you. Again, I'm not a licensed broker. I can't do that. If I was a licensed broker, I would say, sure, piggyback on my trades or give me your money and I'll trade it for you. But I can't do that. I can't do that. So if you ask me, hey, I got in at this price, should I get out? I'm going to tell you, that's up to you. I mean, if you're up green and you're in profit right now and you're happy with that, then that's what you should do. If you're in the red, you've lost some money on it, it's up to you to decide how much loss is acceptable. What's your risk tolerance? Are you willing to lose 5%, 10%, 3%? That's up to you to decide that. Kathy, AGBA out green at 140. Scott, AGBA from 96 to 134. Now, what did I tell you? And thank you, Kim. I appreciate that very, very much. What did I tell you would happen if we hit? What price did I give you? That if it broke that, we were going to see a nice little run. Anybody remember? Who was paying attention? What price was that? I'm looking right at it. Anybody remember? $132. That's right. I said if we could break 132, if this thing smacks 132, it's gone. And boom, it broke it, and up it went to 147 for another nice little scalp. That's what it's all about on day trading. Pick a spot, you get your buy-in, it goes up. It doesn't have to go up much, 10 cents, 15 cents. Scalp off some profit off of that. No one said 132. Well, I hate to disagree with you, but all right. DCFC. Halted. Pending news. What was the old news on that one? Oh, the insolvency. Gotcha. I don't know what kind of worse news they could be putting out right now, I guess. 97 to 137 for Todd on AGBA. Nice. That's a nice trade, Todd, by the way. That's a really nice trade. Yeah, I would imagine, I agree with you, Jason. I think that the news that we're going to see here on DCFC is their announcement of bankruptcy. That could very well be what it's going to be. You know, Houston, I don't know if it's got anything left in it or not. This is running up on old news. The press release that came out on this that caused this run that we're seeing was news that was released yesterday. All they did was re-release the news. So it's popping on old news. Now that would tell me, my gut, that this can't sustain for very long. I think what we're seeing is retail traders who are bored. They're looking for something that's running. This one happened to spike up a little bit on that news, and everybody piled in. And of course, once everybody piles in, the stock price goes up. And then once it goes up, it creates more FOMO, and you get more people jumping in. But the news was good. Don't get me wrong. The news from yesterday was good news. But we need to break this 144 here. So if we break this 145. I missed it, stepped away from my desk at work. Thanks, Jeff. You're very welcome. Stocks are risky. Also, man, I lost $10, but later this year I earned 20. from a $5,000 investment. Yes, stocks are risky. There's no question about it. Have a great day, Kathy. Sheila, you are on your own, my friend. Yeah, Jason, I saw that press release. We read that off a little while ago. Hoping that might have some positive impact on that stock. I don't know how seriously NASDAQ's going to take that request, but companies make that request all the time. DCFC, if they knew they were close to bankruptcy, why bother with a reverse split? That's a good question, Todd. Offering, perhaps, reverse split to get the price up, followed by a offering to raise money. To help ward off a bankruptcy? I don't know. I don't know why they would be doing that. Bitcoin's halving today. Same bro, good morning. Looks like Jay is, for those of you that follow Jay and pop in on his live streams, Jay Diamond, he's live now apparently. According to you, which company is good for profit for a small amount of investment? Where can I make a lot of money with a little investment? Man, based on what we do as day trading, that answer varies really day to day. For example, AGBA, AGBA, that we took this morning, started off around 90 cents. So share of stock is 90 cents. You want to put in $2,000 at 90 cents. And we'll just use 92,000 as a nice round number. Get about 2,200 shares. The stock has run to $1.47. So we're looking at about 55-cent increase in a half an hour, less than a half an hour. That's $1,210. So a $2,000 investment would net you profit $1,200. So over 50% return on your investment in less than 30 minutes. And that scenario happens every day on different stocks, but it's a different stock almost every day. Sometimes one stock will run for a couple of days and you'll get those kind of gains on a regular stock. But to give you, to right now give you a stock that you could go buy today that tomorrow is going to go up, I wouldn't have a clue which stock is going to go up today, which one's going to go up tomorrow. And nobody has a crystal ball and could be able to do that. But I can tell you the day of, when the news comes out, I can tell you which stocks are running to give you that opportunity to get that 50% return or 40% or 20% or whatever, however high it goes up. But doing day trading, it's kind of hard to guess which ones are going to go up. Lulu, good morning. All right. Zara, are you a singer? I used to be a singer, Zara. MDIA. Check that one out. SGBX, nothing there. NOC, nothing there. MTTR, nothing there. ASRV announces a quarterly cash dividend. CTV, best measurement tool category, nothing there. No good press releases this morning. That's disappointing. Very disappointing. Oh, let's see. HUBC. Let's go back to the volume board here. Alt coming down. ZCMD. Nothing interesting there. AGBA. Looks like it might have run out of steam finally. TPAT, HUBC, nothing clearly running right now. Nothing really going crazy. YYAI, nothing. ME. ME's had a nice steady climb this morning. 23andMe. Not a lot of volume, but it is steadily pushing up since 8 o'clock this morning. So, yeah. Why did the stock market break up with its girlfriend? I have no idea. Because it couldn't handle the ups and downs of the relationship. That's a good one. That is a good one, history lover. I'll have to remember that. That's a nice dad joke. Slow morning, folks. My apologies, but this is just brutal. VFS. Jason, you have a great day as well, my friend. Have a great day. I don't think there's going to be a 4 o'clock today. I might do one later tonight just to check in with everybody and see how everybody's going. But this is slow. The market is slow. Look at SPY. Poor little SPY is down to $4.99. Enjoy their... Yes. Have a great day fishing, my friend. Friday usually is slow. There's no doubt. Fridays are always slow. SMFL pushing up a little bit. That's on the micro float list. They're going to be doing a reverse split here. I don't recall the date of the reverse split, but they are doing a reverse split. ZCMD pushing back up. Do you recommend E-Trade for beginners? I would... My honest, humble opinion is I would probably try to steer people towards Webull as a beginner platform. And then once you get comfortable and you feel a little bit more, you know, like you've gotten your feet wet a little bit and you kind of feel kind of solid and you feel like you kind of know what you're doing, then I would go to E-Trade. E-Trade is okay. I have E-Trade. That's my primary platform. But now having used Webull and looking in hindsight, for me personally, I think I would have had an easier time trading and learning on Webull than I would have E-Trade. But if you really have your mind set on E-Trade, it's not a bad platform. I really like it. It's a good platform to trade on. There's nothing wrong with it. The only downside is you can't trade in pre-market before 7 a.m. That's really about the only downside of it. Webull, you can trade at 4 a.m. So if you really want to take the time to really learn, E-Trade's okay. There's nothing wrong with E-Trade. But if I was talking to my son, for example, and he wanted to get started, my advice as a father to him would be start with Webull, put a little money in there, practice with it, get good at it, figure out the market, figure out how you're doing things, figure out your technique and your trading style, and get all those kind of things figured out, and then open up an E-Trade account and really go at it serious. But I personally started with E-Trade, and it took me a little while to get the hang of it, how to buy, how to sell, all the different screens that you can pull up and all the ins and outs of the app itself. Took a little while to figure it out, but once I did, it was a no-brainer and everything was real simple. Yes, Ed, it does have a level 2, but you have to pay for it. They used to do like a 30-day free trial of level 2 on Webull. I don't know if they still do or not, but they used to have a 30-day free trial. But after that, you had to pay for it. Why not just stick with Webull? I still have Webull and I still use it, but I use E-Trade as my primary because of customer service. I can call E-Trade and actually talk to a person immediately, and they can pull my account up while I'm on the phone with them. They'll pull my account up and go through it and answer any questions that I have about my account. And they're pretty knowledgeable. And I like that. I don't know about you guys, but I am big on customer service. Huge on customer service. Whether it's going to a restaurant, a department store, my broker, whoever. Customer service means a lot to me. And I just happen to like the customer service that I've gotten on E-Trade. They've gone above and beyond for me many, many times. And I really appreciate that. Crypto Trader, I don't know anything about Crypto Trader history. I apologize. I'm not into crypto trading at all. I did at one time a few years ago. I got into crypto mainly because I wanted something to watch on the weekends. I wanted to be able to trade something on the weekends because I was so addicted to the trading. And so I got into crypto. And then I found out that I just wasn't making the kind of money on it that I was in stocks. So I just kind of got bored with it and quit doing it. So I don't do it anymore. And I haven't done it for years. So I really I don't know the ins and outs of it anymore. I don't know the brokers. I don't know anything about crypto much anymore. And it evolves so quickly. Everything is evolving so fast in the crypto world. You really have to stay on top of that stuff to really understand it. That's why I haven't been back to Chili's in a while. You bet. POAI? Something going on there? POAI? Hang on. TILF? Randy Leather Factory appoints Diana Sanderson, a new person on their board of directors. That didn't help us. POAI, no volume, no price movement. Big spread on the bid and ask. Was there news out on that one, Rick? Is that why you mentioned that one? Now, here comes that 145 break that I talked about on AGBA. Remember I told you 145. MRDB statement regarding a possible offer for MariaDB. Some kind of an offering, merger, buyout, some kind of a, let's see, announcement would be on progress. Something going on here. MRDB. Go take a look at that one. Go take a look at that one. MRDB. Not sure what to make of that one. Trying to read. There's been a bunch of press releases here. MariaDB shareholders would be entitled to receive 60 cents per share. It's like an offering for a buyout. 55 cents per share. Some kind of a buyout going on here. So somebody take a look at it, see what you think of that. I'm not getting good vibes off of it. I'm not feeling like that is seems like a big nothing burger, but it is going up. So regardless of what I think of it, it is going up. MRDB. Interactive brokers free for basic common stock. Trade from 7 to 8. I'm on Pro, can trade from 4 to 8. Nice. Thank you, Christopher, for that information. Interactive brokers. There you go. Interactive brokers free for basic common stocks, and they trade from 7 to 8 p.m. from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. just like E-Trade. Christopher has Pro, which means he can trade from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thank you very much for that information, Christopher. I appreciate that. Online investment apps. Yeah, if you can find an app on your phone, a broker, online broker to use, absolutely. If by online investment apps, you're talking about putting your money into something and letting the app do the trading for you, or let someone else do the trading for you, I say a big hard no on that one. Well, gave you MRDB at 45 cents. It's now at 53 cents. Like I said, the news wasn't giving me warm and fuzzy feelings. But if it's going up, I mean, that's undeniable. Is it safe or not, sir? What are you asking is safe or not? 9:20. Let's go over here to TikTok. I know those folks are. It depends on what the online investment apps do. History. Are you talking about just like Webull and E-Trade, TOS? Are you talking about just an online app where you can do your own trading, stock trading? Is that what you're talking about?
Remarkable change begin. The freeze has been.
Yes, they are safe. Yes. Yep. Been using them myself for years and years and years, and absolutely 100% safe, man. All right. Let's go back to AGBA. So, like we said on AGBA, if it breaks 145, it will run. It broke 145 and went up to 158. Again, another nice little scalp. That's 3 scalps so far. 1, 3, yeah, 3 nice little scalps on AGBA this morning. Very predictable, easy scalps. Playing it properly. I am joining as soon as his work changes my hours. I can talk to you about your indicators and stuff on your E-Trade, but it would be easiest, honestly, if you could contact me, email me. Go to the website, the wolfpackcommunity.com website, and on the home page at the bottom, email address. Click on it and send me an email and remind me who you are from YouTube, and because I get a lot of emails. And mention to me that you downloaded the E-Trade, and I'll talk you through some good indicators to put on there and how to get your charts set up so that they are helpful. All right. Hopefully you guys grabbed AGBA a couple of different times. DCFC still on halt for news pending. I suspect it's going to be bankruptcy news. That would be my guess. If I had to take a wild stab at it, I would say, yeah, probably a bankruptcy announcement. Now, they could hit us with a surpriser. I've seen this happen before. They could hit us with a surprise press release. So I would really like everybody to at least be watching for the press release on DCFC. My guess is it's a bankruptcy announcement, which is going to make the stock plummet. However, it could be a surprise. They could announce a buyout. They could announce that they're being bought out. They're going to be saved from bankruptcy because they're being bought out by an investor. And it could be bought out for $3, $4, $5 a share. Who knows? I'm just saying, I think the news is going to be bad, but there's always that slim opportunity that it might be a really positive buyout or a merger to save them from bankruptcy. So I think it's bad news, but it could be a surprise press release. So, and the only reason I'm telling you that is because I don't want you to think, what I don't want you to do is say, oh, it's definitely bad news. They talked about insolvency earlier. It's probably a bankruptcy. It's going to tank. And you take your eyes off of it completely and don't even pay any attention to it. I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep your eye on it. Even if it is bad news, at least you know for sure that it was bad news. Take a look at WISA. WISA. W-I-S-A. W-I-S-A. What are you doing? WISA, 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 WISA. WISA starting to climb. Nice little pop there on WISA. W-I-S-A. Investment money invariably translated into endless profits. How old are you? I am 61 years old. Do I look 61? I am an old man. What content do you do? Well, we are Wolfpack Community, and we have an entire community of stock traders around us, and we buy and sell stocks, mainly day trades. We primarily try to pick those up in pre-market trading and after hours trading. We trade during the day as well, but primarily all the press releases come out in pre-market or after hours, and those are the ones we try to catch and take advantage of. So our whole live stream here is for our members to catch these runners, catch these press releases as they come out and take advantage of them. Now, our primary live stream is done on the website. We have a live stream that happens on our website, the wolfpackcommunity.com website, and that's a 3-hour long live stream. That starts at 6:45 in the morning and goes till about 9:40. So it's about 5 minutes short of 3 hours long. And that's where we do the majority of our conversation, sharing news, sharing ideas. And we just started doing YouTube. YouTube is about, what, a month old, month and a half old. We've not been on YouTube very long. This is a kind of a new venture for us here on YouTube. William, 80 years old. All right, let's keep an eye on DCFC. I'm not telling you that it's going to go up or it's going to be great news. I personally think it's going to be bad news. I think it's going to be bad news. Bankruptcy. That's my opinion. But it could be a buyout or a merger, and it causes the price to run back up to $4. So you could, if it's good news, you could make some decent money on it. But you're not going to know if you're not watching it. If the news comes out and it's bad and it tanks, okay, you were ready for that. You stayed away from it. If the news comes out and it's fairly good and it go up, again, you at least knew about it and you had the opportunity to get in low. So I just want you guys to be aware of it. EGOX popped up nice here. Little cheap penny stock. It's up 19% since the market opened. RWOD, remember that one? RWOD from early this morning popped up to $30 earlier this morning. It's at 12.21 right now. It's up about 6% since the market opened. EGOX coming back down. The Dow Jones is up in the green, but barely. It's only up 46 points. NASDAQ is in the red. S&P is in the red. SPY continues to drop. SPY is not looking good. XBI is up green just a little bit. Russell 2000, red. So far, Dow Jones is the only thing that's green. EGOX up a little bit here. RWOD up 7%. ME, 23andMe. Ticker symbol ME, that one's up 10%. TWG, we've talked about that one in the last few days. That's up 13%. TWG, INDO, that's up 10%, 12%. That's getting some legs. Do we know what time DCFC is going to be released? Have we seen any press releases on that? Anybody chime in on notification of when they're going to release DCFC with that news? I haven't seen anything myself. Thank you for hitting the follow button on TikTok, following us. I really appreciate that very, very much. And thank you for hitting the subscribe button on YouTube. Much appreciated. Nothing on NASDAQ Trader yet. Okay. You know, all we can do is watch it. Again, I'm expecting bad news on this one. I'm expecting bad news, but we could get a surprise positive news on this one. If it is, it'll move quick. You'll have to be ready for that. And you're not going to be ready for it if you're not watching it. NVFY up 16%. NVFY, that popped a little bit at open and is coming back down right now, but that was off our micro float list. SMFL up a little bit. but I wouldn't trust that one as far as I can throw it. EGOX coming down. RWOD. NVFY going back up again. Now this is on our micro float list. This is off the micro float. It's going back up. So keep an eye on that one. Shout out from New Zealand. Welcome to New Zealand. Thank you very much for popping in. I appreciate that a lot. Really do. It's really an honor to have somebody from New Zealand in here. We've had some folks in here from all over the place, all over the world. And I find it very fascinating. And it's really cool. And it's always an honor to have somebody from another country popping in to say hi. It's really, really cool. TWG. SDIG. EGOX. A lot of them are popping here. Dow Jones up 92 points now. SPY still falling. SPY's at 498. Hope that doesn't fall too much further. NVFY. And I think this morning, look at TWG. Nice run. Nice run. Did your day go well? My day has been going great so far. It's only 9:30 in the morning here in Florida. And so far, my day has been going great. Thank you very much for asking. Appreciate that. Always appreciate people popping in to say good morning. How you doing? It's good to know there's good people out there in the world. Signing in, checking all my charts. NVFY. I keep repeating that one, but it's on the micro float list and it keeps going up. So I just feel like I'm not doing my job if I don't point it out. How was Busch Gardens? Busch Gardens was amazing, Stacy. Thank you for asking. Had a lot of fun. Took the grandkids. They had a blast. They had an absolute blast this morning. Or 2 days ago we went. They had a blast. They had a little area there, Sesame Street themed kids area, and couldn't hardly get them out of there. They really enjoyed that. The only thing I didn't enjoy in that area too much was $9 hot dogs. That was kind of crazy. But they had a blast. Grandpa had a blast. Made some good memories, took some great pictures. You know, one of them's 4 and the other one's 2. And then there's a baby that's like 4 months, I think, 3.5 months. The 2-year-old probably not remember any of it. The 4-year-old might remember bits and pieces of it when she gets older. But that's okay. I remembered it, and that's great. I don't remember a lot from when I was 4 years old. I don't have a lot of memories from 4 years old, so I doubt that she will either. What book would you recommend for new investors? Well, John, I've got a book on my website that I wrote. Now it's for beginners, like somebody that's never traded before, somebody that's never done it before, ever. It would be a good source to start with on the website, wolfpackcommunity.com. You can get it as an ebook or you can get the paperback. That would be a good place to start. One book that I got early on was the Swing Trading for Dummies. You know how that they have that series of books like Plumbing for Dummies or Race Cars for Dummies or Electrical for Dummies or whatever the subject is. They had one called Stock Trading for Dummies or Swing Trading for Dummies. They also have one called Penny Stocks for Dummies. Really, really informative books. You can get those at Barnes and Noble. Really informative books. I highly recommend reading. A lot of information in there. A lot of information you don't need, but you kind of pick through it and get out the stuff that really applies to you. And they're pretty good books. All right, folks, time for me to go. You guys have a great day. There will not be a 4 o'clock today. There will not be 4 o'clock because it's just going to be a slow day. So you guys have a good one. And I'll see you guys bright and early Monday morning, 7:30, TikTok, YouTube, 6:45 on the website. Join us, wolfpackcommunity.com. Go there, subscribe to the live trading, and join us every trading morning at 6:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Until then, have a beautiful, beautiful weekend and enjoy your families.
The freeze has been embarrassing.